welcome back to So This Happened.
Welcome back.
I'm Addie.
I'm Bizzy.
And I'm Amy.
And
welcome ourselves back.
We welcome ourselves back. Pat on the back. Guys, we're on iTunes now.
Woo!
Which is probably not that big of a deal.
It's
but
not.
Yeah.
We did talk about this.
Yeah.
iTunes means nothing.
We're like, wait, anyone can do this?
Hey, I had to wait 2 days to get approval.
That is pretty cool, but it's just like, hey, guess what? I have a Facebook.
Amazing.
Okay, you've made it.
Guys, did you know that?
Whoa! Just kidding, we don't have Facebook.
Yeah, we're not on Facebook.
See, it's like an announcement, though, because now we're on Libsyn, YouTube, and iTunes, which is a big deal to me.
Yeah,
but yet, I have not been able to find us. So prove it.
Oh, wait, I've seen it on YouTube.
I've seen it on YouTube, but not iTunes.
I'm really glad that you guys have done so much research into where we are. Yep.
Welcome back, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
to Utah.
we flew in last night from California, the magical land of Harry Potter and Mickey Mouse. They don't live in the same place, though.
I'm pretty sure those are the only people that actually live in California, though, right?
Yeah, we were gone for about a week, so it was really fun.
I missed you guys, though.
Good.
Yeah?
Like, you guys left.
Did you say good? Finally, we got her to miss us.
No, it's true, though. Like, that's an accomplishment. I don't miss people, especially when I know they're going to be back in, like, a week or so. I'm like, nah, why miss you when I can party on my own?
Well, I miss you when I'm fun on my own.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
What'd you
It
do?
was weird. I think it's because, like, we've been having this thing going on. It's been really fun. I was like, I need to fill this void. They're both gone. What?
Hanging
It's like
out.
this thing we got
Oh,
going
like this
on.
podcast.
Oh, the podcast. I thought you meant this friendship.
Yeah, it's been pretty good, but
You know,
it's improved.
we've been going strong for 19 years. We got this really good thing going on.
19?
Yeah, try it. Try the math.
We're 23.
I'm 24.
19? That is not right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
we were 4.
Yeah, but like we didn't become like really good friends until we were 12.
Well, like, we were friends before that. We'd hang out and
Oh
do
my gosh,
stuff.
that means it's almost 12 years.
A birthday pic of your 4th birthday proves otherwise.
Yeah.
That's true.
Amy is there in the back.
Anyways, you guys,
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
in the background, waiting to be my friend.
Yeah,
little sign.
there's a sign in the back. Hey, will you be my friend yet?
Yeah, so that worked. And then we became really good friends at, like,
True.
age 12. Anyways.
True.
But I miss you guys so much that I had to fill, like, this void of you guys gone. Okay, I don't know what happened. This doesn't happen to me.
I'm really scared right now.
But from Sunday to Thursday, I had a date with a person. A different guy every day.
Wait,
You guys left me and I went crazy. I don't know what happened.
you're like, I gotta put myself on the market. No one's here.
No one's here. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't happen. Usually I'm just like, I don't want to go on dates. But then you guys were gone and then all of a sudden everyone's like, hey, go on a date with me. And I was like, okay, I don't have anything else. So Sunday I went on the date with this one kid. We like went to like music and the spoken word and it was fun. And then Monday I went and got sushi with a different kid. And then Tuesday I went and got like ice cream and dinner and went for a drive with this other kid. Tonight I was supposed to go on a date with a kid. We were either going to go snowboarding or rock climbing, which would have been really dope.
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't want to drive to him
Where is he?
and I canceled it. He's in Logan.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I was going to drive because I didn't do anything all day and he was working.
Right.
But then I was like, no. And then I did this instead with you guys.
Wait, so where'd you
I'm
meet?
going to a jazz game tomorrow, though.
Oh my gosh.
With another guy.
Yeah.
When did you become Barney Stinson?
Like I said, overnight. You guys left me and I didn't know what to do with myself. But apparently
Shiz.
you guys were gone and that attracted all the men.
We're the repellent.
Yeah.
Wait, where'd you meet these guys?
Oh,
Craigslist.
No, I need
Craigslist, yes.
How'd you
know?
Do you use like a dating app? Is it
Only
Bumble?
the best do. No, not Bumble. A fake, totally not real dating app. Mutual.
All right.
This podcast is sponsored by Mutual.
Shouts out Mutual. Shouts out not ad. Shouts out not sponsored.
Hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. Did you
There's
kiss
pretty-
any of them?
Whoa.
Wait.
I don't do that anymore.
Anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
Okay, I don't know what happened for a while.
I was kissing every god.
No, seriously, it was like this thing where it's just like, it'd be like the first time I like go on a date with someone, or first time it's like we really just hang out. Like maybe it was like group stuff, but it's just like we just hang out. And I don't know, it's just fall in the strap, and then they're like, hey, you want to kiss me? And I'm like, yes. Maybe it didn't happen.
It's like a totally like group scenario, like Costa Rica, and you're just like.
They're like, hey, kiss me, and I'm like, oh, you got me. Come here, grab him by the.
I'm a kissing fool.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I finally did break that curse because it was usually like the second date or sooner.
What an
Usually the
interesting
first date.
curse.
It's a choice.
I cursed myself to not say no.
Oh.
Except for the times I really don't want to kiss anyone. You know what I mean, right, Addie?
Did you try to kiss Addie?
No.
Oh wait, I remember this.
I want to know, like...
What love is?
Yeah. No. I meant, like, I want to know how one would receive, like, a kissing curse. Would it be like angel of kissing would just kiss you?
Is it lightning?
An angel kissed me, and now I'm a kissing fool.
I think it's just the fact that it's like, oh, man, you kiss someone, and then when someone else is, like, leaning into it, you're like, I know what this is like. Yes. Yeah, I'll take it. Unless you're like, ew, gross, I don't want you, then it's easy to say no. But if you're like, I'm kind of interested.
That reminds me of, you hadn't had your first kiss yet, I think. It was in high school.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have it then.
Yeah. And you were like watching a movie and a guy leaned over and you were just like, Who was that?
His name, I don't even remember his name.
It was some kid that I was like, you hung out with him.
Yeah, he was like this kid that was in like a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
He had like tattoos and gauges.
I was like, Amy, did he drug you?
Probably.
But he like leaned over to kiss her and she just like shook her head and was like,
I feel like his name could have been Dirk.
He did like one of those pull, like the faces, take two fingers, just like pull your chin towards you, and I was just like, and I like just shook my head and then kept watching the movie.
You're like, sorry. No.
I was like, no, that's not what we were doing, sir.
Sir?
So the movie's over there.
Yeah, he apologized. Yeah, why are you turning my head towards you?
He's like, I gotta keep watching the movie.
I've been cornered before.
Cornered? What?
You know, it was one of those situations where everyone leaves and you're just stuck in a room with a boy. And
what kind of situation is that?
She
the
just
situation I was in.
Oh.
Everybody
cornered.
We're like, all right. So it was like me, one other girl, and one other guy, and we were just hanging out. He's like, let's watch Batman. So we went into his room and we were sitting on a futon with other people. And then like 5 minutes in the movie, they're like, okay, we gotta go. It's 11. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't drive here. My friend dropped me off and left. So I had no way out.
I'm just really confused right now.
I'll disclose the names after.
Okay, because I'm sitting here just like, when did this happen?
Yeah,
this
where are you?
school.
What's happening?
This was in high school.
I don't know any people that own a futon.
Because none of
The
you guys were
height
there.
of luxury.
It was a futon.
The Lamborghini of the couches.
Well, it was funny because there was like, his bedroom was in a different room, and then he had like his seating room outside his bedroom with a futon and like a TV. Like, I need to go, like, this is horrible. And so someone comes to pick me up, and so I went to go stand up. He stands up at the same time as me.
Oh,
and I'm like, all right, I gotta go. Like, my friend's here to pick me up. And I like walked towards the door, kind of backing up, and he was just kind of following me. And then he put his arm on the wall so I couldn't leave. And he like kind of leaned in, and I literally dodged under his arm and left his room. I was like, this is not happening. I do not like you.
Hey guys, it's Addie. I'm the one that edits this whole podcast. And just really quick here, we had to cut out like 5 minutes of audio due to an incessant amount of name dropping, which we do once Bizzy tells us who this person was that had cornered her, and it was hilarious because we knew who he was and realized that we had once tried to be this person's friend and tried very hard to impress him. Once we realized we knew him, it reminded us of another experience which we had in his friend's backyard when we were all wanting to be real good friends with this person. We had hopped a fence and gone for a hike to a pond, which turned out to be this weird like septic tank, and some really funny things happened, and I'll cut back into that because I feel like everyone needs to hear this story, and we stopped name dropping, which is great. So again, sorry for this weird break. We are still trying to understand how to work, edit, and I guess just talk normally. This is only episode 4. I mean, hopefully by episode 10 or 50, even if we even get there, we can figure this out. But thanks, guys, for listening, and let's get back to the podcast.
No, I remember that because when you both ripped your pants, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you too? That's right.
I just remember getting over the fence and being like, wow, that wasn't so bad.
Like, crap, I ripped my pants.
And then Amy gets over, rips her pants.
And then
Bizzy gets over.
No. She didn't rip her pants the first time
rip my
over.
pants.
She's like, oh my gosh, I'll go help you. And then they're like, oh, we'll just get you sweatpants. And then she comes back over when everyone was done. And then she ripped her pants and she's like, no!
I just remember just being like, why is this happening?
We both rip our pants that night.
Oh my gosh, you both ripped your pants. And then one of you was stuck with the tearaway pants. From the High School Musical. Was it you?
It wasn't me. I was stuck with like fleece bear pajama pants.
Oh yeah.
And you had the tearaway pants. Because he's like, oh, these are from when they were both in High School Musical. And those are the tearaway basketball pants. And you ended up wearing those. He's like, don't rip them too hard. Don't pull them too hard. They'll just rip off.
Together.
Oh, that was just so bad because like we were just hopping the fence and I was like, oh, Amy ripped her pants, and I was like, F, I ripped my pants.
I just remember that beautiful day. Can I tell you about the time that I was chased by a drunk man in Russia?
You can.
How does that tie into this?
Because we were cornered.
Oh, that's a stretch.
I was in a corner, and then I was cornered by this guy.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I was in Russia for over a year, and every 3 months, for like laws or legal reasons or whatever, we had to leave to go to Latvia to renew our visas. So I had 2 passports, which was legal, but sketchy nonetheless. And we had to like switch between the 2 passports every 3 months, but I had to go exit the country and come back in so it was stamped legal again. So sometimes our flights would just take all day, so we would go from Samara to Moscow to Latvia and then all the way back. So we'd be on 6 different planes that whole day. And so we would leave at like super early in the morning. So we were outside, me and these 2 other girls, at like 2 in the morning. And we're just sitting there waiting for our bus. I say that with quotations around it because it wasn't really a bus. It was like a glorified like...
Kids skateboard. Like,
it was a dog sled.
like I would do with a scooter. Give me 50 cents and I'll take you to your house.
if I crash, I'm going to sue you.
It was a rickshaw.
With my law firm.
So anyway,
Good one, Bizzy.
we were waiting outside. So we were waiting outside in the snow, and this guy like stumbles up to us and he's like, girls, what's going on, sort of thing. And he's like, why are you guys out so late? And we were just like exactly, super, and he's just like really creepy. And we were just like, oh yeah, we're waiting for like our friends to come and get us. And he's like, well, I can be your friend, sort of thing, and like kept talking to us, and we're like, no, like go away, please. And we kept telling him to please go away, and he wouldn't, so we just ended up leaving and like trying to like go down the street a little bit ways so we can still see where we're supposed to be picked up or whatever, but he like kept following us. Mm-hmm. So we ended up kind of just like running and going, like weaving through the buildings and going around. And meanwhile, I'm like slipping on the snow. It's like slushy. It's icy. I hate running in the snow.
Wintry Russia.
It was just, it was awful.
It was awful.
And so we kept running, and then we finally like went behind this one building and just kind of stayed there and just hunkered down. We're like, okay, I think we lost them.
And we spent the night there.
And then we died.
I lost both my toes that night.
So we were waiting there, and we waited for a bit, and then we're like, okay, let's go around the backside of the building. He wouldn't have seen where we have gone. We turned the corner, and he's right there.
Dang.
And we just... oh, my gosh. And he kept following us, and we just ran. And this guy is making, like, strides towards us. Like, what's the word? Hold on.
Advances?
No. Because, like, I was slipping on the ice and slush, and this guy... this guy is gyrating towards us. No, she's
I
like,
hope so.
what I mean is like we're slipping, but this guy is just kind of like
Ice skating.
He's like hovering over the ice, and you're just like trying to.
This guy's making time, like good time, and he's like
He's
gaining on us. He's gaining
Whilst
on us,
drunk.
and we just while drunk, which I thought was crazy. And then I realized that like any Russian can run on snow, like it doesn't matter. Children, they like start at a young age because as they're like growing up, like their snowsuits are basically like just giant marshmallow pads, you know, like kid from Christmas Story was like, hey guys, wait up or whatever.
I can't believe
These kids are all bundled up like that, so they just fall over, they're just like boop, bounce right back up, and then it's like they never fell down. And then just like as they progress through life, I feel they just like never can fall down, and if someone falls down, it's like
Curse.
what the heck happened sort of thing, like somebody pushed them, because like women will wear high heels in the snow and on the ice, so they'll just like ice pick their way through the
Maybe that's why.
sidewalks or whatever. But this guy, you knew he was purebred Russian because he was a
didn't
Russian on the ice. Hey! And he would not fall down. So
there's more.
as we keep going, we're like, okay, well, he's following us. He's found us. Shoot. He like has the surprise round on us. So we run back towards our apartment and just decide, okay, we'll just wait inside there until they call us and then we'll go out to the car. So we run in there and we're banging on the door because we didn't have a key. And there was other girls up there in the apartment and we're like ringing the door, like, please let us in sort of thing. And they finally answer the door as he's walking up the stairs towards us. It was like a freaking
That's scary.
Yeah, it was super scary. And we like go inside and slam the door after like they finally answered. And then he's banging on the door going, girls,
Ew.
come on, girls. But
What was he wanting from you?
who the frick knows?
A friend.
But he just wants a friend. But my least favorite word in the Russian language is because of this moment. Because the word for girl is devushka, which is fine. And if you say girls, it's devushki. But the like cute term, or I guess like the slang term, is Dave Chunky, which is my least favorite word because he was like Dave Chunky.
Like kind of like slut or something?
No, it's just like because even like old women on the street will be like Dave Chunky, like what are you doing sort of thing, or I don't know.
Kind of like chick.
Yeah,
chick.
It's like chick,
Like
but
bro,
it sounds
chick.
like Dave Chunky. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, you chunky.
Maybe that was his name, Dave Chunky.
His name?
I'm Dave Chunky. Let me in, girls.
Let me in.
Hey. Dave Chunky.
He's like gyrating still outside.
So did he leave? Did he just leave?
Yeah, he finally ended up leaving.
He's still there today.
He
banging
lost
on that door.
toes that day.
At 2 a.m, you can still hear in the wind
If you listen,
Dave
babe.
Chunky banging on the door.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
And hilarious.
Yeah, so that was one of my drunk guy stories from Russia. I have many, many more.
I
But
thought you were just leave it at one of my drunk guys, you know.
just one of my guys
Guys.
in Russia waiting for me.
We're occasional pen pals.
Occasional pen pals.
He only writes me when he's in jail.
It's very endearing.
Otherwise, he doesn't have the supplies. So, you guys, this happened to me.
Let's hear it.
The other side, I guess, of like the chasing or jail type. You'll maybe see the connection in a little
I'm
bit.
excited.
Okay, so I was at work on Friday, and I work with kids that a lot of them have autism, and so with the client that I had on Friday, she does have autism, and she doesn't really like talk a lot, but she'll kind of like repeat stuff, and she like gets the gist and like does understand for the most part. And we went for a drive, and we went to Christmas Village to look at the lights. So we stopped and we were walking around, we were laughing, having a good time. And then she like pointed that she wanted to stand in line to see Santa. So I was like, perfect, yeah, okay. And she was like, yes, wait. And I was like, good, like, of course. So we were sitting there like just chilling, and like it was really funny because like I fogged up like half of her glasses, and then she would just like look around and like was laughing like the biggest grin. She's like, ha 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 ha, like I'm half blind right now. It was so cute.
Cannot see.
Wait, how'd you fog up half of her glasses?
Like just because like she came towards me and I went ha, and then it was only like half of like the one side.
Oh, you're a fun person to hang out with.
I am so fun. Anyway, so she was like laughing, and so I kept doing that every once in a while. And then we saw Santa, and she was like super cute and like extended her hand and like wouldn't like go up there. And he finally was like, it's okay. And she was still just like with her hand extended, slowly coming up. And then she like double chin cheesy smile when she was next to him. Super adorable. And then we're heading to go like back, and we like get out. She has a candy cane. She's like all happy and adorable, and I love her. And I was like, okay, like it's almost time. Like the session's almost over. Like we're gonna have to go home.
The session?
Like the hangout session.
Oh, your hang session. Got you.
My work session.
Okay, got you.
I'm at work. Remember?
I thought you meant like the Santa session.
No.
Okay,
no,
sorry.
Not the Santa session.
I'm just clearing up.
That was already over.
Oh, okay.
Santa went back to the North
So
Pole.
like our session together was almost over, but she didn't know what time it was and doesn't really. Anyways.
Right.
But there's a train there too, and so she was like, train, and I was like, oh no, how am I going to tell her no? Because like when I like
Does she get upset?
Gets upset.
Oh.
And so I was like, okay, like how do I do this? And I was like, I just have to tell her that we need to go home, that it's like time to go home. And I was like, how do I like prime her and everything? And it's just like, I'm like, I don't know. And so I just was like, we can't go on the train, like it's time to go home. And then she just screamed at the top of her lungs, like not even like no, like crying or whatever. It's just screaming no, like,
so, like
bloody
0
murder.
to 60.
Yeah, just screaming. She's like no, and then like train, and she's just screaming this, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I could expect this, and I just like have this smile on my face, like you would do this right now. There's like tons of people just walking around, like what the heck. And then I'd be like, it's okay, like, breathe, calm down, like, let's go home. And then she's just still screaming no and saying train, and she's like running and standing in line, and I was like slowly walking to my car, and she's like in her head is like, oh no, like she can't leave me, so she's yelling no again, but then she's like kind of following me, and then she like gets close, and then she just like punched me in the butt, and then and then runs back in line and is still screaming. And I was like, oh my goodness, like how much longer is this gonna last? But I was like trying to like slowly get closer to the car, and maybe she would follow me. And she was kind of doing that. And usually when she gets mad, she'll throw stuff. She had the candy cane. And so she's holding it, and then she's like screaming no, and then she's
like sharpening it.
She's gonna chuck it and slit my throat. No. She like had it. She was about to throw it, but then she realized, wait, I want this. This is gonna like only hurt myself. So then she went to throw it and then stopped and then just started eating it. And then I
thought she would like break it in half, eat one, and throw the other one.
Broke it over her knee.
Sharpened it up.
And then we were like slowly getting back to the car. I was getting closer, and she was kind of following me, and then every once in a while she would hit me again and try and run back in line, but then she would come and follow me again. So we're next to my car. I'm like, we're so close. Like, we are so close now.
We're home free.
Yeah, and she's still screaming no. Everybody's watching me, and I'm like, this is just happening. This is my life.
You're just like crying.
And so then we were like getting closer to the car. I'm like, okay, I just gotta like open the door and like just help her get that way. So I get her towards the car, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just like kind of prompt her more, and she's still screaming no, and she's just not budging. So I'm like, okay, I gotta just like basically just like really physically prompt her back. Like I'm gonna have to like put her in the car and everything. And so at this point, I'm just like, I open the door, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it. So I like kind of just grab her and like get her in the car, and as she's screaming and fighting me and everything, the first thought that pops into my head is, it looks like I'm kidnapping her. Because it's not like she's like she's not just crying and like, oh man, no, train, I want to go on the train. She's screaming, like screaming no, fighting me back, and like hitting me and trying to run away.
No.
And I was like, oh my goodness, like why are you doing this? Everyone stopped looking at me, and I'm like, I have a badge, I'm official, I can, like, I'm not really kidnapping her, I promise.
Were you saying that?
No.
Oh, you should have.
I was thinking that. And I was like, if anybody asks me.
Because actually that would have made it worse if you're like, I'm not kidnapping her.
A public announcement. I am not kidnapping her.
I have a badge.
It's okay, I promise. But then I was like trying to get her to breathe, and she's like kind of in the car, and then she starts to run into the street, and so I'm like, ah, crap.
No.
So I grab her, she just like falls down
So
to
you're
the
like
ground.
abducting and murdering her in the same day.
She falls down to
ragdolls?
the ground. Yeah.
In the middle of the road?
Oh, like almost. She stopped before like the road because I grabbed her and then she just like laid down there. I was like, just breathe. Like you just need to calm down. Like you were just too worked up and everything. She finally like kind of calms down and then she's like, okay, and puts her hands up for me to pick her up. So then I pick her up and then she hits me and tries to run again.
She's like, okay.
If you tell anyone tell them it was a Suggins gang or what? Just
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was Golden Joe and the Suggins gang.
And
You'll never take me alive.
so then I grab her again. I'm like, okay, you're just going in the car. I like get her in the car. She's like halfway in. She keeps her feet out, so she's not all the way in. She's still crying. And I'm like, okay. And I lock the door and I hurry and shove her feet in, shut the door. And then she's just trying to like get out and she's yelling, train, no!
I thought you were just saying traitors.
You traitor! And
Traitor.
And then I get in and she's just bawling. And I was like, hey, put your seatbelt on. She finally puts it on. She's just like, train. And then I take her home. She finally is calm by the time we get home. And then she gets inside. She acts like nothing even happened. She's totally fine.
She's like, what?
I was like, oh, I'm still breathing hard from like wrestling.
Wrestling.
I had to wrestle that child into the car.
And I promise I did not kidnap her.
So guys, that's going to do it for this episode. We had more things that we wanted to talk about, but we're kind of crunched for time right now. But we will go ahead and post another one this week, or at least before Christmas. Because we didn't really get to start talking about what we did in Disneyland or Harry Potter World. And I feel like that's what we were going to talk about, hence the Harry Potter music before we even started talking. But it kind of didn't really work out. So...
We have better things to do, like see a movie. So.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Star Wars.
Deuces.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Star Wars. That has precedence right now. So yeah, like we said before, we're on iTunes now. We're on YouTube and Libsyn.
If you know what that is.
If you want
Still
to
don't.
share, that would be really awesome. We would like a review also on YouTube and iTunes if you can do that so we can get more views. So thanks for listening and hope that you guys tune in next time. Thanks. Bye.